Good morning, student. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Board is hello. Am I audible?
Sir,
Sir.
Okay. Listen. Yesterday I forgot to tell you one thing. Yesterday I forgot to tell you one thing about this calculator. Okay. Listen. For all the 4 years of engineering, here almost for all the subjects here, and even after completion of your degree, here for your further career, here you require this calculator. Okay, here so you have to purchase the calculator as early as possible. Okay, yesterday you asked me about the books. Okay, but before books you have to purchase the calculator. Without calculator we cannot proceed further. Here in our subject engineering mechanics, okay, this subject is around 10% theory and 90% numericals. In exam also, the pattern of the question paper is like this only. 10% theory and 90% numericals. Even sometimes 100% numericals. Okay. And the numericals of the engineering mechanics is similar to the physics. Yeah. Till 10th, till 12th standard, you use that logarithmic table, yeah, to do the calculations. Okay, but in engineering, it is not possible to do this calculation with the help of logarithmic table here, and scientific calculator is allowed. Okay, here so I asked the ma'am, Sunayana ma'am, to send the pic of this calci. There are you have to purchase only Casio calci. Don't purchase any other calculator. Only Casio. Okay, and in Casio you can purchase the two different series. One is FX 991 ES plus, and other one is 991 EX. Okay, ma'am is going to send you the pic. Here you can purchase it from Amazon or from local shop also. Yeah, but purchase the genuine product. Here for which you will get the warranty. Understood? Okay, so purchase any one calculator out of these two. Yeah, don't purchase
सर
any other calculator because it may not. Hello.
सर मेरे पास वो
Yes, sir.
FX82ES है, वो वाला
वो
केसी
हाँ
है।
वो नहीं चलेगा, वो नहीं चलेगा। मतलब चलेगा एलिमेंट्री लेवल पे चलेगा, बट
इसमें भी
इन
सर है
दैट
साइंटिफिक वाला, अरे हैं।
in 82 में you cannot solve the equations matrix, you cannot do the calculation of vectors, whereas in this 991 ES or EX you can solve the equations like quadratic equations, simultaneous equation, you can solve the matrix, here you can solve the vectors calculation. Okay, that facility are not available in 82. Yes, so don't purchase the 82, very old model, or that is allowed for the diploma student. Okay, here for engineering student, better you purchase this and do the practice on this only. Don't use 82. Okay, yeah. Even I will not suggest to use FX100 also. Here, 82 is very old model. The next version is 100 Casio FX100. Here, but even I will not recommend to use 100 also. Here, use 991 ES. Yeah, this is the again. This is the old version of 991 ES plus. Here you will see that it is 991 ES plus. Here, but this is also the old version of 991 ES plus. If you have this, it's okay. Here, this is the first edition, first generation. Here, now in market, the second edition or second generation is available. Here you can purchase this, or even if this is available, it's okay. No issue. Okay, out of these two, this EX is further advanced than this ES. Yeah, but anyone will do out of these two, ES or EX. ES is little bit expensive than this ES. Yeah. So any one calculator you have to purchase, and purchase the calculator as early as possible. If it is possible today, purchase it today itself. Here, so that tomorrow and day after tomorrow, here there are holidays, Saturday and Sunday. You can read the manual and you can have comfortable with that calculator. Okay, you should know how to do the calculation, because it is not that easy to use this calculator. Okay, it is not like our normal calculator. Okay, and it is not that difficult also like your mobile. Okay, here if you are comfortable with your mobile, and if you know how to operate the mobile, here you can operate the calculator also. Not that difficult for you people. Okay, here, but it should not happen that when you are doing the calculation, here you need to search the function. Where is that function? Where is that function? Here, you have to be more comfortable with that. Here, so purchase the calculator as early as possible. Understood? Here, man is going to send the peak. Here you can purchase it from the local market, or on Amazon also it is available.
Sir, which one is better between two of them?
I will suggest go for 991 EX, clear, because this is the advanced one.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
But ES will also do. यार दोनों आपका काम कर सकते हैं. ES भी कर सकता है, EX भी कर सकता है. यार दोनों में से कौन सा भी चलेगा. आपके लोकल मार्केट में जो अवेलेबल है वो ले लो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है दोनों में. ओके. Okay. Now, after this elementary intro things about the subject engineering mechanics, yesterday we have we have the introduction of the engineering mechanics. Now, today we are going to start our actual syllabus, and we are going to start from CO2. Here, yesterday I explained you some COs. Here, out of that, here we are going to start from the CO2. Here, and this CO2 is related to centroid. Here, after completion of this lesson, here the student should be able to find out the centroid, or to locate the centroid of a composite geometrical lamina. Understood? Here, then why I'm going to start this lesson centroid? The reason is that in this centroid lesson, here there are a lot of geometrical calculations. Okay, here. Which that geometrical calculations, or that revision of the geometry here will be done in this lesson centroid, and which will be helpful for you in the further lessons. Second important thing is that this is only the lesson which is little bit different from all other lessons. Here, all other lessons of the mechanics, particularly from static, here all other lessons are related to each other. Here, and this lesson is not related to any other lesson. Here you can say that it is independent lesson. Okay. Here, that's why after this, once we start about the forces, here after that we are going to study the different lessons related to the forces only. Yeah. Then the next important thing, what is in the centroid? How can you define the centroid? Clear? So before defining centroid, let me tell you about the center of gravity. Here you are comfortable with this term, center of gravity. You have calculated the center of gravity for the different object, isn't it? Here this center of gravity we commonly known as a CG. Here both are the analogous term, center of gravity and centroid. Clear? Then what is the difference between the center of gravity and the centroid? Clear? Remember, center of gravity is the point on the object. Here, if I consider, suppose this is one rod. Here, then on this rod there is one point. Here, where the entire mass of this object or where entire weight of this object is supposed to be concentrated in any position of this object. Clear? The weight of this object is always act through the center of gravity in any position. If you keep it inclined, then the weight always act through the center of gravity vertically downward. Okay. Yeah, so center of gravity is the point where the entire weight or the mass of an object is supposed to be concentrated. Here, this term center of gravity is normally used for the three-dimensional object like cylindrical body, this spherical body, okay, pyramid, okay, for such type or disc. For such type of three-dimensional object which possesses some mass or the weight, here this term center of gravity is used. Here, then the centroid is the analogous term. Here, then what is the difference between center of gravity and the centroid? Here, the only difference is that center of gravity, this term is applicable for the three-dimensional object which possesses some mass or the weight. Here, whereas the centroid is a term here which is applicable for the plane geometrical lamina. Here it is applicable for the plane geometrical lamina. Here like area. So this term is applicable for the area, whereas the center of gravity is the term applicable for the three-dimensional objects. Here. So if I consider any two-dimensional lamina, here this is the plane area. Here it may be the cross-sectional area of I section, I beam. You must have observed that such type of I beam is used in structural engineering. Here some channel sections are used. Here some angle sections are used. You must have observed such type of cross section of different structural members. Here घर में हम लोग जो टेरेस बनाते हैं या तो शेड बनाते हैं, उसके लिए ऐसा सपोर्ट्स हम यूज करते हैं. Okay, sometimes we use the pipes also. Sometimes we use the square pipe. या तो ये क्रॉस सेक्शनल हो गया, ये क्रॉस सेक्शन हो गया उसका. यार ये जो क्रॉस सेक्शन है, ओके सॉरी, ये जो कंपोनेंट है, हियर दिस आई सेक्शन, सी सेक्शन और चैनल सेक्शन, एंगल सेक्शन, सर्कुलर सेक्शन, रेक्टेंगुलर सेक्शन, हियर व्हेन वी यूज इट फॉर द स्ट्रक्चरल पर्पस टू गिव द सपोर्ट, हियर इसका जो बेंडिंग स्ट्रेंथ है, हियर इसका जो बेंडिंग स्ट्रेंथ है, दैट बेंडिंग स्ट्रेंथ इज डिपेंड ऑन इट्स मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया. एरिया मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया पे डिपेंड है. अगर मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया लेस है तो इट विल बी इजीली बेंड अंडर द एक्शन ऑफ एक्सटर्नल फोर्सेस. यार अगर मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया ज्यादा है तो इट विल बी स्ट्रॉन्गर इन बेंडिंग. यार एंड दिस टू कैलकुलेट दिस मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया वी रिक्वायर द सेंट्रॉइड. यार सो दिस पार्ट इज नॉट इन योर सिलेबस. यार related branches of engineering will learn it in the next semester, in third semester. You have to study only the centroid. Yeah. So what is centroid? For such type of lamina, yeah, listen, lamina means you can consider it the cross section of any beam. Here if you consider suppose this object, yeah, so this is the cross section. Here for this cross section there is one point. On this cross section there is one point where the entire area of this lamina is supposed to be concentrated. Here, so that point is known as the centroid. Here, the point where the area, sorry, the point where the weight or the mass of an object is supposed to be concentrated, it is known as the center of gravity. The point where the area is supposed to be concentrated is known as a centroid. Here, so centroid is the point on the lamina where the area of the lamina is supposed to be concentrated. Here, in other words, we can say that the centroid is a geometrical center of a lamina. It is the geometrical center of a lamina. Okay, here, so you can see it as a centroid or it is geometrical center of a lamina. For a circular lamina, it is very easy to identify the geometrical center. So its center of this circular lamina is nothing but a geometrical center we can term as a centroid. Okay, but for such type of composite lamina, it is difficult clear, to locate the geometrical center or to calculate the centroid or to find out the position of the centroid. Understood? Yeah, so this is all about the definition of the centroid and difference between the center of gravity and the centroid. Center of gravity is the term applicable for the three-dimensional object. Here it is the applicable for the two-dimensional object like a lamina. Here the weight is supposed to be concentrated. Here where the centroid is a point where the area is supposed to be concentrated. Here it is also known as the geometrical center of a lamina. Yeah. Now, how to locate the centroid for a composite lamina? Now, before explaining how to locate, what is the procedure to locate the centroid for the geometrical composite lamina? Geometrical composite lamina means what? Here, the geometrical composite lamina means it is a combination of the different basic geometrical shape. Here, like this I section is a combination of the three rectangles. So, it becomes the geometrical composite lamina. Yeah. So before explaining how to locate what is the procedure for finding the centroid of a geometrically composite lamina, let me tell you, here we have to locate the centroid means we have to find out the position of the centroid on this lamina. We have to find out the position of the centroid for that lamina. And whenever we need to locate the position of anything, here we require some reference. Here and with respect to that reference, we are going to locate the position of this centroid, means we are going to find out the coordinates of this centroid. Here we are going to denote it as the x bar and y bar. Here, and references we are going to consider as a reference axis, reference x and y axis. Here. So whenever there is a question, locate the centroid means we have to calculate the coordinates of the centroid with respect to the given reference axis. Okay, here. Now, before explaining further how to locate the centroid or how to find out this x and y coordinate of the composite lamina, here let me tell you one thing, basic concept about the coordinates. Here, suppose this is one xy plane, this is the x-axis and y-axis. In this xy plane, there is one point A, whose x coordinate is 3 and y coordinate is 5. Clear? You can, with the help of these two coordinates, you can locate that point completely on this xy plane. Here, so similarly, here if I know the coordinates of the centroid, I can locate the centroid very easily because it is a two-dimensional figure. Now, for this centroid, for this point A, whose coordinates are 3 and 4, this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. Now, when I say that the x coordinate of the point is 3, here what does it mean? What it represents? Unmute and tell me.
Distance of the point from the axis.
From which axis?
Horizontal axis.
You mean to say that this is x coordinate, this is the horizontal axis, and this is the distance of that point from the horizontal axis?
Yes.
No, man. Is it the x
Sir,
coordinate?
distance from the origin?
No, the distance from the origin is this distance. Is it the x coordinate?
Distance from y-axis.
Distance from y-axis.
Y.
Okay.
Distance from y-axis.
Here. So whenever I say that the x coordinate of any point, so this x coordinate of any point is nothing but the horizontal distance of that point, horizontal distance of the point from y-axis, not from x-axis. Here, x coordinate is nothing but a position of that point with respect to y-axis and not with respect to x-axis. Here. So after this, whenever I'll ask you what is the x coordinate of any point, always first recite this sentence. X coordinate is the horizontal distance from y-axis. Here, horizontal distance from y-axis. Yeah, very basic concept and very important. Here, whenever I'll ask you what is the x coordinate, here, so you have to find out where is that point, where is the y-axis, and how much is the horizontal distance between these two. Here, this horizontal distance of the point from the y-axis gives you the x coordinate. Or x coordinate of any point is nothing but a horizontal distance of that point from the y-axis. Similarly, the y coordinate of any point Yeah, this y coordinate is 5, means it is a distance along y-axis. You can say that. It is a distance along y-axis. This distance is 5. Clear? And this distance is same. Clear? So whenever I ask you what is the y coordinate, here remember y coordinate is nothing but the vertical distance of that point from x-axis. Vertical distance of the point from the x-axis. Here. So x coordinate is the horizontal distance from y-axis and y coordinate is the vertical distance from x-axis. Yeah. So after this, whenever I'll ask you what is the x and y coordinate of any point, here I'm going to ask you the x and y coordinate of the centroid only. Here. So whenever I'll ask you the x and y coordinate of the centroid, here, so for writing the x coordinate, you have to write horizontal distance from y-axis and y coordinate is nothing but a vertical distance from x-axis. Understood this? Very simple. And whenever I'll ask you what is the x and y coordinate, first recite this sentence. Here, sir, puch rahe x coordinate. So what is the x coordinate? It is the horizontal distance from y-axis. So where is the point? Where is the y-axis? And how much is the horizontal distance? Understood? Here. Now, next important thing. Now, even if I write here distance, it is a horizontal distance and vertical distance. But remember, these are the x and y are the coordinates. Here, now what I mean to say, now all of you know that the distance is a scalar quantity, which is always positive. Clear? But that is not the case with the coordinates. Coordinates may be positive, may be negative. It depends on the relative position of that point with respect to x and y axis. Understood? Here, if the point is in the second quadrant, its x coordinate is negative, y coordinate is positive. The point is in the third quadrant, both are negative, isn't it? Yes. But to get that coordinate, here you have to use this concept only: horizontal distance and vertical distance from y and x axis respectively. Okay. Here, but these coordinates are having the they may be positive or negative, depend on the relative position with respect to the reference axis. Here. Now, while solving the sum related to the centroid, here, if we know the point is in the first, second, or third, and fourth quadrant, easily we can write x and y coordinate whether it is positive or negative. But sometimes it becomes little bit difficult to identify whether the point lies in which quadrant. Okay, here. That's why instead of locating or instead of finding the quadrant of that particular point, just observe what is the relative position of that point with respect to x and y axis. Here. Now remember, x coordinate is nothing but a relative position of that point with respect to y axis. Yeah. So if this is the y axis, and with respect to this y axis, if the point lies on the right side, let this point is B. If the point lies on the right side of the y axis, now we know that when the point lies on the right side of the y axis, it will be either in first quadrant or in the fourth quadrant. So whenever the point lies on the right side of the y axis, tell me whether this x coordinate is positive or negative. When the point lies on the right side of the y axis, it will be positive, right? Whereas when the point lies on the left side of the y axis, listen, x coordinate is the relative position with respect to y axis. It depends on the position of y axis and not on x axis. अगर यहाँ पे ये फिगर में देखो, अगर मैंने ये x एक्सिस यहां से यहां पे अगर शिफ्ट कर दिया तो उसका y कोऑर्डिनेट चेंज होगा, x कोऑर्डिनेट नहीं. X coordinate is depends on the relative position of the point with respect to y axis. It depends on the y axis and not on the x axis. Then if the point lies on the left side of the y axis, its x coordinate will be negative. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, if the point lies on the y-axis, let this point is A. If the point lies on the y-axis, can you tell me what will be its x coordinate?
0.
0.
0.
Correct. Here its x coordinate will be 0 because x coordinate is the horizontal distance from y-axis. See, the point lies on the y-axis, its horizontal distance from the y-axis, since it lies on the y-axis itself, its distance from the y-axis will be 0. That's why x coordinate will be 0. Understood?
Yes.
Similarly, this y coordinate is nothing but a relative position of that point with respect to the x axis. So with respect to this x axis, if the point lies above x axis, y coordinate will be positive. If the point lies below x-axis, y coordinate will be negative. If the point is on the x-axis, its y coordinate will be 0. Am I right?
Yes,
Have
sir.
Yes,
understood
sir.
this? Okay. Yeah. So whenever I'll ask you what is the coordinate, you have to remember these points. Okay. Yeah. Let's consider, suppose this is one rectangle. Okay. And this is the geometrical center of that rectangle, which is the centroid. Yeah. If this distance is suppose 20 centimeter and this distance is 50 centimeter. Here, if I consider that extreme bottom line as the x-axis and extreme left line as the y-axis, so with respect to this x and y-axis, can you tell me what will be the x coordinate of this centroid? It is a geometrical center. ये center में है.
10.
10. Here it is a horizontal distance from y-axis. Since it is at the center, here, so if this is 20, this has to be 10. Here, and x coordinate is the horizontal distance of that point from the y-axis, so it will be 10. Here, and what will be the y coordinate? Whenever I'll ask you what is the y coordinate, you have to recite this sentence: vertical distance of that point from the x-axis. So where is the point? Where is the
25.
x-axis? And
25.
how much is the
25.
vertical distance? So it is 25, isn't it? Yes. Now I'm not changing the position of the centroid with respect to this given lamina. Here the centroid is same at that point only. Clear? But if I change the position of the reference axis, here the coordinates will be changed, because ultimately the coordinates are nothing but a relative position of that point with respect to the reference axis. अगर मैंने reference axis का position change कर दिया तो coordinate change होंगे. मैं x axis यहाँ पे ही रखता हूँ and y axis will be at this axis of symmetry. Yes. Now with respect to this given reference x and y axis, here can you tell me what is the x coordinate?
0.
0.
X coordinate is the horizontal distance from y-axis, and since the y-axis is passing through this centroid, or centroid lies on the y-axis, its horizontal distance becomes 0. That's why x coordinate is 0. And can you tell me what is the y coordinate?
25.
It is same 25. Okay. Here now I'm changing the position of this reference x and y-axis. Let y-axis is here and x-axis is here. Now, can you tell me what is the x coordinate? Horizontal.
So it is still 10.
Horizontal distance from y-axis. It is 10. 10.
10.
And can you tell me what is the y coordinate? Vertical distance from x-axis.
25. Minus 25.
Minus 25.
It is minus 25. Okay, it is minus 25. Why minus 25? Because with respect to this x-axis, it is below. Here, and when the point is below x-axis, its y coordinate will be negative. Here, you don't have to bother it is lies in which quadrant. Just observe its position with respect to y-axis and x-axis. With respect to y-axis, it is on right side. That's why x coordinate is positive. With respect to x-axis, it is below. That's why y coordinate is negative. Okay. Yeah. So in this way, you have to find out the x and y coordinate of the position of that centroid. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's consider this is the reference x and y axis. This is one semicircle. Okay. Here, let the radius of the semicircle is r. Let this is A, B, and this point is C. This is origin O. Here, radius is r. Here, now remember the centroid of this semicircular lamina. If you consider one semicircular lamina, ये lamina है, हाँ? If I consider it is not a semicircular rod, it is a semicircular lamina. Now, for the semicircular lamina, the centroid lies on the axis of symmetry, and we know that here for semicircle, the axis of symmetry is the line passing through the center and perpendicular bisector to this diametral line, to this base, you can say. Here, this is the line perpendicular to AB. Here, and centroid lies on this axis of symmetry at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi. Yeah, this CG distance is 4r upon 3 pi. Understood? Here, CG distance is 4r upon 3 pi. We are going to learn this. Here, what is the position of the centroid for the different basic geometrical shape? Triangle के लिए कहाँ पे, semi circle के लिए कहाँ पे, sector के लिए कहाँ पे रहता है? Here, that we are going to learn. Okay. Now, the question is that मैंने बोल दिया आपको कि उसका centroid lies on this axis of symmetry which is perpendicular to this base at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi from the center. ये CG distance 4r upon 3 pi. Okay. Now, for this centroid, I want to write down the x coordinate. Yes, can you tell me? You must be having the pen pencil with you or paper and pencil with you. Okay, do the calculation and tell me. Like a rectangle, you can't tell here directly 10 and 25 and like that. यार आपको कुछ calculation करना पड़ेगा, इसको geometrical construction करना पड़ेगा. Okay, यार. So basically, if I want to find out the x coordinate of this centroid, so according to this, x coordinate is nothing but a horizontal distance of that centroid from the y-axis. यार मुझे ये distance calculate करने का है. This distance gives you the x coordinate, and it is on the right side of the y-axis. That's why it is the plus. Yeah. Now, can you do the calculation and can you tell me how much is this distance if this base is inclined at an angle of theta with horizontal? Radius is r. यार ये distance आप calculate कर सकते हैं क्या? If you can calculate this distance gives you the x coordinate. Here, and if you can calculate this distance, vertical distance from the y-axis, gives you the y coordinate. Yeah, the important thing is that how can you calculate that horizontal and vertical distance here? And let me tell you, here most of the students make the mistake in this one only. Okay, here static part is very easy. Okay, static part is very easy, but in static, most of the geometry is involved. Okay, here you should know the basic concept of the geometry. Here, what you have learned in 9th and 10th standard. Here, वो geometry चाहिए अपने को. Here, in entire static. Okay, नहीं तो क्या होता है एग्जाम में स्टूडेंट का ये रहता है कि सर पेपर तो इजी था, but I was not able to calculate this distance and that distance and this angle. Okay, उसके लिए आपको geometry ही use करने का है. Yeah, so here if I want to calculate the x coordinate of this, here I want this distance. If I name this point as suppose p, then this pg distance gives you the x coordinate. अभी क्वेश्चन है कि ये pg distance कैसे मिलेगा? Can anybody tell me how I can get that pg distance? सोचो, ये सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, not that difficult. यार आप सब लोग सीईटी जेई देख के पास होके इधर आए हैं, बोलो. अरे कुछ तो बोलो कि सर ऐसा फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कर सकते हैं. मेरा आवाज आ रहा है कि नहीं आप लोगों को?
आ रहा है.
Yes,
फिर
sir.
बोलो ना, कुछ तो भी बोलो ना. Listen, if this semicircle would have been like this, ऐसा अगर इसका पोजीशन रहता था and this would have been a x-axis and this would have been a y-axis, here then centroid lies on the axis of symmetry passing through the center perpendicular to that, here at a distance of 4r upon 3 pi. ये CG distance 4r upon 3 pi सेम है. यार खाली इसका ओरिएंटेशन नॉर्मल है. यार दिस बेस कोइंसाइड विद द x-axis और इसका ओरिएंटेशन थोड़ा इंक्लाइन है. Here now for this semicircle, if I ask you what will be the x and y coordinate, can you tell me? Very easy. What will be the x coordinate for this centroid in second case?
R by 2.
Arey man, r is the radius. R by 2 nahi. R is the radius of that semicircle. If I would have given the diameter, then you can say that d by 2. ओके यार ये देखो यार, अगर आपने इफ यू टेक द फीडबैक ऑफ योर सीनियर्स, यार ये 2 साल के सीनियर्स नहीं जो ऑनलाइन में पास हो गए वो, ओके सुपर सीनियर्स या जिन्होंने ऑफलाइन में एग्जाम पास किया है वो, you can take their feedback. If you take their feedback, you'll find that about 80% students says that the mechanics is difficult. Clear? But let me tell you, mechanics is not difficult at all.
हेलो।
सर लेफ्ट हो गए।
हाँ शायद।
हम्म।
हाँ
सर की आवाज आ रही है किसी?
नहीं।
सर लेफ्ट
नहीं।
सर ही लेफ्ट हो गए। वो मेरे को लगा मेरे फोन का प्रॉब्लम है।
हेलो, किसी के पास कल के नोट्स है क्या?
कितनी बजे शुरू हुआ है ये क्लास?
9:15।
9:15।
सेंट्रॉइड के पहले कुछ सिखाया था क्या?
नहीं।
नहीं नहीं।
Hello, student. There is
Yes.
some internet
Yes, sir.
connection issue. I'm coming back in 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
ओके सर।
यस सर।
ओके सर।
Hello. Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I was talking, we want to calculate this r distance. Sorry, this horizontal distance, and this horizontal distance equal to r. So x coordinate of this point is r. Now, what will be the y coordinate of this centroid G?
4r upon 3 pi.
It is 4r upon 3 pi. This vertical distance, which is equal to 4r upon 3 pi. Now, same position is here, same lamina is there, only orientation is different. Okay, here also you have to do the same thing. You have to calculate the x and y coordinate of that centroid. So, but can you tell me what will be the x and y coordinate of the centroid in this case? Here, this x coordinate represented by this PG distance. So, can you tell me how can I get this PG distance, horizontal distance from y axis? Come on. Listen. To calculate this PG distance, what I am going to do? Here, from this G, I will draw the vertical line. And from C, I will draw the horizontal line. Let this point is Q. And from C, I will draw the vertical line again. Here, let this point is suppose S. Here. So I made one some construction.
2r cos theta.
How much?
2r cos theta.
2r cos theta is this OA distance. This is 2r. This angle is theta, this is 90 degrees. So 2r cos theta is this distance OA. This is 2r cos theta. Is this 2a cos theta, sorry, 2r cos theta, or is this OA distance is the x coordinate? Here OA distance is different than this PG distance. In fact, we don't know exactly, we approximately we have located that point G. Here we don't know exact position of this G, whether it is here or here or here. Okay, 2r cos theta ये distance आएगा. Yeah, but it's okay.
r cos theta plus 4r by 3 pi sin theta.
Right, you are right. Very good. Very good. Listen. Here, this PG distance I can split it into two parts. I can consider this OS distance plus CQ distance, or this horizontal distance plus this CQ distance. How much is this distance or how much is this distance? So this distance is, if I consider this right angle triangle in which this hypotenuse is r, this angle is theta, so this angle is theta corresponding angle. Yes, so this distance is the adjacent side, which will be the r cos theta. Yes, so this r cos theta plus this distance. Now to consider this distance here, I will construct this right angle triangle in which this hypotenuse is equal to 4r upon 3 pi. Here, and if this angle is theta, this line perpendicular to that means the same angle with vertical here. If this angle is theta, this will be theta. If this is theta, this will be 90 minus theta. This is 90 minus theta, so this will be theta. Here, and if this angle is theta, so with respect to this angle, I want this side. So this is the opposite side, so sine relation. Clear? So this distance will be 4r upon 3 pi sine theta. Here, so this PG distance equal to r cos theta, this distance plus this will be 4r upon 3 pi sine theta. Here, this is the x coordinate. Understood? Here, similarly, the y coordinate is nothing but this total vertical distance, and this distance equal to this plus this, this plus this, because these lines are horizontal and vertical. So this total distance equal to this plus this. How much is this distance? It is r sine theta. With respect to this theta, this is the opposite side, and this hypotenuse is r. Here, so this is r sine theta, and how much is this? So with respect to this theta, this is the adjacent side, and hypotenuse is known to you, so cos relation. So it is plus 4r upon 3 pi cos theta. Here, in this way, we have to calculate the x and y coordinate. Then we'll solve the sum. Here, you will face this such type of difficulties. You have to do some construction here, and you have to apply the trigonometry or some geometry to find out the distances. Here, concept is very simple. In each and every sum, you have to just calculate this horizontal and vertical distance. Only for that, here you require to apply some geometry. Understood? Here, have understood this basic concept, how to locate the centroid x and y coordinates. Okay, here. Now, we'll stop here. In the next lecture, we'll continue. Mostly today afternoon only we have the next lecture. So in the afternoon, we'll continue. And today itself, we have to finish this centroid lesson. Just wait. Don't leave. I have to take the attendance. Unmute yourself and answer your roll call. Okay. Arya,
Present, sir.
present. Abhishek, Mukesh,
Present. Present,
Aditya
sir.
Biradar, Aditya
Present,
Prakash,
sir.
Aditya Prem.
Sir, Aditya Bandare present. Aditya Bandare present.
Yes. Advait,
Present, sir.
Adit,
Harshal Ahire,
Present, sir.
Pradeep Aldar, Risal Meda, then Anushka Sanjay.
Present,
Anushka,
sir.
present. Yesterday you were absent.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Arjun Jayesh.
Present, sir.
You were also absent yesterday.
Sir, I'm present, but at the last network gone, sir.
Okay, fine.
Network
I'll mark
problem.
you present. Aryan Manoj Kore,
Present, sir.
Ashutosh Singh, Awad Harsh,
Sir, Awad Adarsha present.
Adarsha. Okay. Ayushi Ganesh Bisan, Neil Bari, Harshal Bhamre,
Present, sir.
present. Yesterday you were absent.
Yes, sir.
Sandesh Bhavar, Ishan Bhilare, then Soham Birwadkar, Jagruti Borse.
सर सोहम बिरवाडकर प्रेजेंट हाँ
अच्छा ठीक है.
सोहम बिरवाडकर
Present.
कौन? Jagruti.
Present. Yes.
सर
Both
सोहम
of you were
बिरवाडकर
absent
प्रेजेंट
yesterday. Both of you were absent yesterday.
Yes.
I don't know the timetable, sir.
Okay, it's
I
okay.
didn't know.
Now you attend regularly, okay?
Okay, sir.
Bhavesh Chaturvedi,
Present, sir.
present. Manas Chaubar, Yashita Chauhan, Om Hari Cheke, Samiran,
Present, sir. It's Surya, sir.
it's Samiran Surya.
No, actually, Samiran is my father name.
Acha, your name is Surya.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aftab, then Aryan Darade,
Present, sir.
Astha Darekar, Ashlesha Bagwe, Kashish Bhanushali,
Present, sir.
Kashish present.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Akash Divakar, Meghna Chauhan.
Sir,
हाँ.
sir, you missed my name, 54. Soham Ajit Danur.
Arey, I am announcing the name of only those students who were absent yesterday.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All others are present because it takes a lot of time. Chauhan Meghna, and Aman Vishwakarma. Okay, I announced the names of only those students who were absent yesterday. Here, I assume that all other students are present. Okay, whose names are not announced, consider they are present.
Sir,
Thank you. Yes.
Pooja Bankar is present.
Pooja Bandar. What's your roll number in that list?
21.
21 Pooja Bandar. You are present. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Those who are present yesterday, they are present. I assume that they are present today also.
Sir, I have one doubt that which book which author book I want to buy? Want to buy?
Listen, you either buy NH Dubey, Tata Magro Hill publication, as per Mumbai University, and second one is Dayal. Any one book out of these two. Any one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, NH Dubey या तो Dayal. Okay, thank you.
कौन सा लेक्चर है भाई?